Hello, my dudes. I pray that you can understand what I'm saying, because if you can't tell, my voice is fucked. It feels like I've been gargling nails. I'm also gonna probably talk a little bit slower as well. I hope this is okay, but I really need to start working on this now, and I really want to record the process because I enjoy making these jackets. And as of late, a lot of you guys have been really enjoying seeing my jackets as well, my alternative jackets, because I do plan on doing more of these jacket videos in the future. Let me know if you don't mind if I repeat myself on certain steps, because when making these jackets I take a lot of similar steps, or you just want a time lapse. This is for the most part how I start my jackets. For one, I make my jackets as if I would like to wear them, because I do not mass produce these. I make them for me and my cosplays. So I tend to stick with black or dark gray, aside from Mina, because I know for a fact Mina, I really wanted hers to reflect her hero costume. But for the most part, I like to stick with black for the main jacket. I have a rough sketch of a denim jacket right here, which I sometimes do, I sometimes don't. I'm gonna show you an example of some rough sketches. Now, whenever I plan out some crafts or even makeup, my sketches do not look pretty at all. Here is Dabi in Kirishima and some notes I have on the side. There. It's for the most part, it doesn't look like much, but I just need to jot something down, because even if I jot down a small thing or it's not legible, I will remember it. This is just to get a rough idea on some big things that I want and main things I want on the jacket, so I don't forget, and a lot of little extra things that I will add on there later I probably won't put in here. For Remus, I do have some very long spikes left over from Kirishima. I would like to add those on to Remus's outfit. With my spikes, because I put spikes in every single one of my jackets because I just love that shit, I tend to put them in a very similar place because that's just what I like to do. The long spikes, because they're so long, it's hard to put them anywhere other than the collar. I also have a bunch of other little spikes too, which most likely will either end up, a few spots that I probably will put them is either on the pockets, down on the bottom hem, or around the cuffs. I know quite a few people at this moment of filming have not seen Remus's logo yet, but I have. And I think I'm going to put that guy right down the center. Another thing I think would be nice is I'll try to find, if I can find a good quote, I could probably put some quote like above and below. Because his kind of symbol is kind of an octopus, whereas the sea is a snake, I would like to add some tentacles as well. I think I'm going to, because I want to keep this a long sleeve, I think I might add tentacles on maybe either keep it asymmetrical and put it on one side coming down right here, or another thing I just thought of is we can put tentacles on both sleeves, make one go down and one go up. Also, because this is Remus, I'm going to stick to the color scheme of black, green, and silver.
I can talk and eat stuff now without it hurting, but I'm still sick. I went through my patches because I like to make and collect patches, and here are some things that I could or could not use. Here is this little guy that I decided to make, I think, for Bakugo, which could be used for Remus, but I want to stick to the silver/gray, green, and black theme, so I may or may not make another one of these, but use black instead of red. This one I also made for Bakugo. Again, a lot of these will be derived from other patches I've seen online, so I'm not taking credit for any of these. There's an eyeball one that I really liked, so I decided to sketch that out. I tend to hoard Halloween fabrics, so this one is from Halloween fabric, I think from last year, that I cut out certain things from it that could be used on there as well. And these are actual patches that I bought from SakuraCon, and I think the brand is Omo Cat. If you haven't noticed, a lot of things I do off camera just because it's very messy and it's hard for me to show you guys and work properly. So the spikes I use are screw-ons. So I just puncture a hole with an X-Acto knife where I want the hole, put the screw through the bottom, and then put the spike on top, and I have this little screwdriver. I found it in my house one day, and it's my favorite thing of all time. I only had so many of the long spikes, so I put a few up front and a few smaller ones as well. So this is what I have so far on the jacket. We have the spikes. We have this little design that I just decided to do for whatever reason. We have the tentacles. We have the little design that matches his puffy sleeves right here, along with these spikes. We have another design like this, but on the opposite side. Same with this. We have that design, and then we have a symbol right there. I made an oopsie, so I have to cover that up with something. I don't know what. So now everything else is just going to be winging it. And because, as you can see, there is a lot of green going on. I did not realize there would be this much green. So all my little extra details and patches and buttons and pins, I'm actually going to try to keep very monochromatic. So whites, grays, silvers, blacks. These are the patches I'm definitely going to use. I don't think I want to use that one. But I just realized how perfect this one was. Okay, for one, this is the cactus, but it looks like his mace. Perfect. And it has an eyeball in the center, and he has an eyeball on his flower on his shoulder. This patch is just freaking perfect. Didn't realize it. I'm so happy I got it. Here are some of the patches I have done for him. Now, just like normal with my patches, I may or may not use all of these. I may find different ones, especially since I just watched his more recent Sanders Aside, his little shorter Sanders Sides little thing. Remus seems to be more lewd. Like it's 50-50 lewd and violent, and when I cosplay Remus, I'm like always violent and always insane. But I'm just over here, disaster asexual, and I don't know how to be sexual, and I don't like the lewdness like that. So it's just something I realized. Now this is how I normally make patches. I have a bunch of scrap fabric, and I paint on most of these designs with fabric paint. Now I am in no way, shape, or form taking any credit for any of these, on any of my other jackets. I find a bunch of them on mood boards. I scroll through Pinterest and I save a lot of things. Thankfully, Remus, the style that I'm going for, and with him as well, is that my style and the things I just save just for everyday because I like it stuff kind of matches with him, and you save a lot of things and sayings and incorrect quotes and what have you. So I just take inspiration from there. Also, like a bunch of these I have seen as actual patches, like this one. This is a take on, you know, Alice in Wonderland. I've seen many patches of this, drawings. This is a patch off Etsy. These are not my designs. This is just really quick and really cheap for me. I know for a fact if I were to wash this jacket, for one, with all these jackets, you want to hand wash them because there's so much stuff on there and you don't want to ruin anything. But I also know for a fact that in the long run, these are not going to last as long. Like when I finally have the money and time, I would like to actually buy this legitimate patch that I found on Etsy and actually have that on the jacket. The things of lace, the bars of lace on his chest, I don't know what else to call it right now. There's molars on his outfit, so obviously I need teeth. And this one, I definitely wanted to put the dragon skull on there. For one, skull melds well. Roman brought up Dragon Witch very early on in an episode, and in my mind, if the Dragon Witch even is still a thing, even though she was mentioned in like that one video, she's definitely in cahoots with Remus. I feel like Remus more than Deceit. But here is jacket all finished. You can see little extra things I added on detail wise, like there's more X's just randomly around, just like how I did the green versions and stuff. I love everything except for one thing. I don't know if you could see it on the back of my jacket, but it's right above and right below his symbol. I know I can see it in person easily, but there was words that were painted on right above and below his symbol. I think it was like give no shits, take no orders, or something along those lines, which I enjoyed, but I couldn't figure out where I could place it on the jacket. I painted right above there and I realized how much I hated it. So I put on many layers of black paint and it still kind of shows through.
kind of irritates me. But yeah, this is my finished Remus jacket. It's actually the most comfortable jacket I've had. You know, it probably is because, you know, the brand of jacket that I got, which pretty much all the jackets I get, either I scout for at Goodwill or I buy at ThredUp, which is an online thrift store. My favorite part has to be the tentacles. They turned out so much better than I thought they were going to turn out. I have been tossing around in my mind if I want to do the rest of the sides, punk / alternative jackets. I really enjoyed doing that. I don't know when I'm going to get around to it because I'm trying not to work on cosplays this year because I can't afford it constantly with the rate with the rate I want to go for making cosplays, which is really fast. Constantly making stuff. Here's a little insight to my life. I wake up, I go to work, I come home, and I'm constantly working on projects other than to pet my cat, eat, and go to the bathroom. That's my life most of the time. I don't think it's very healthy now. I've already kind of started ideas for their jackets. When the time comes for me to make another sides jacket, which side would you guys like to see next? I feel like Virgil is a very obvious choice. So other than Virgil, because for sure Virgil is going to get one. And other than Virgil, which character would you like to see next with one of these jackets? I hope you guys enjoy all my Remus content because it's fun. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all next time. So for whatever reason, being covered in blood, aka body paint, with this jacket on as Remus, I feel strangely attractive for whatever reason. I don't know why. Elsa, you better shut the fuck up. Also, my mom says I look really good with a mustache. So